Todd McShay's latest 2021 NFL Mock Draft coming at you right now here on NFL Daily. I'm Mitchell Renz, and then the best in the business when it comes to NFL draft coverage is Tom Downey. That's a proven fact. Go give him a follow on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney. The number one overall pick, Trevor Lawrence.
Shocking, right? It's the Jags. Look, this is based on ESPN's FPI, so don't blame us. Blame McShay and ESPN. Look, Lawrence makes sense there. What was interesting to me, Patrick Surtain actually went number 2 overall to the Washington football team, cornerback out of Alabama. I think that's kind of early. And if the Redskins or the Washington football team, I'll put a dollar in the jar. If Washington's drafting number 2, I don't think they're going corner. I think they go a more impactful position for that team.
Like Penei, who you could make the argument is the best player in the draft.
I think you legitimately can. The Bengals need to invest more in the offensive line. I love that pick.
Justin Fields, number 4 overall to the Carolina Panthers. Tom, we talked about it a little bit before. This one surprises me. You just gave Teddy Bridgewater 3 years, $63 million.
Yeah, but it's a 3-year deal. There'll be 1 year gone already.
Ooh,
Year 3 is easily get-outable. And more importantly, if you're drafting 4th overall, your quarterback probably didn't play as well as you need him to. So if you get a chance to invest in a young franchise quarterback, I think you absolutely do it. And I am curious, especially if the ACC plays and the SEC play, how that impacts Justin Fields' draft stock, assuming the Big Ten does not play.
True.
Even if there's spring football, Justin Fields should not play spring football. Okay. I think you just turn pro.
I mean, should Justin Fields turn pro?
Leave.
Why for yes and for no? I will say yes, because if you're getting mocked to go in the top 5,
you're going to be a top 3 quarterback off the board. You're going top 10.
That's a lot of money. So Justin Fields, I would love to see him again in college, but I'm also going to type my wife yes. Go to the best wide receiver in the draft, Jamar Chase. Ooh, going to Miami.
Get to us some more playmakers. I'm a big fan of Jamar Chase. I think it's a deep receiver class. You might be able to wait and find a not as good, but at least a really quality receiver. But if you're Miami, look, your job is to build around Tua. I think Jamar Chase is the best receiver in this year's draft class. Yeah, I know some of you Dolphins fans want a Micah Parsons or a Gregory Rousseau, but how can you complain that much about getting the number 1 receiver who put up ungodly numbers last season?
The New York Giants at number 6 go to linebacker Micah Parsons.
Already declared, by the way.
Yep.
It's a perfect fit from a need and value perspective. I like that one a lot for the Giants. I'm also on board with Rashod Bateman, who, much like Micah Parsons, has gone pro. Bateman, number 7 there to the Detroit Lions. Look, maybe it's a little early for the receivers with the depth, but you're talking about like 5 or 6 picks maybe, and it's so early, who actually knows. You got some free agents coming up for Detroit. I like it for the Lions.
Second quarterback off the board of McShay's latest mock, Shaun Wade.
And no Trey Lance, by the way, which we'll discuss here in a second. Look, the Jets need more cornerback help. I mocked them a corner in my own mock draft, a different one. You can go check it out. We'll tell you more about it in a little bit. You can get receiver later. I like Shaun Wade a lot. He also might just not play this year. Just go pro, dude.
So reply to the pinned comment. So for those of you that are watching this on YouTube, you might get with the YouTube ad break. And I want you to scroll on down and let Tom and I know, because we will be watching, how many quarterbacks will go in the first round of the 2021 NFL Mock Draft. NFL Draft. My mistake.
There you go.
The Las Vegas Raiders going with Gregory Rousseau, edge defender from the U.
He has already turned pro, and he is such a fascinating study because he's got this incredible length. He's a really good athlete, and you would think, Mitch, that when you put those together with 15.5 sacks, you got more of a finished product, right?
Yeah.
You don't. It's a really weird evaluation. I'm still going to bet on him. He's still going to be edge 1. Don't get me wrong there. But he won a lot on the inside. I'm not sure the way he won in college is going to be as repeatable as it is in the NFL. There is still work to be done. But you bet on that dude every single draft. It's a no-brainer top 10. Although if you're picking 10, if you're the Raiders, maybe you go quarterback. Just saying.
All right, at number 10, another wide receiver, Devonta Smith.
I am going to be very curious to see what actually ends up happening with Smith's draft profile. Yeah, you've back-to-back Bama receivers here, right? Jalen Waddle, number 11 of the Chargers, who I like more. Devonta Smith is a great route runner, great hands. I love him. He is so slight. He's listed at 175. You don't find those guys at receiver, so the combine for all those guys is going to matter more, going to matter a lot for Smith.
The Denver Broncos take pick number 12 here. Samuel Cosmi, offensive tackle from Texas.
This makes a lot of sense, not just because Juwan James opted out this year, because I don't know if Garrett Bowles is really the long-term answer for Denver. I like this pick a lot, and there were several picks that McShay made that I mocked, I'll remind you all, first. I had that pick first with Cosmi in Denver, not a unique one, but I had it first before McShay. And as I get a little bit arrogant here, historically, I am more accurate in my mock drafts than Todd McShay.
That one's true.
Just saying.
I'll back Tom up on that one. Go give him a follow on Twitter at @WhatGoingDowney, and also subscribe to the channel for the best NFL draft coverage.
And you can check the comments in the description. I'll link my mock draft in there as well.
Go to Jeremiah OK, and I'm going to try it. Owusu Koromora.
You did that pretty good right there. Yeah, Jeremiah OK is probably easier to say. This is one of McShay's guys. I did not have him in round 1, but I know Todd's a big fan. Not surprised he sneaks him in here in the top 15.
Ooh, I love this pick for the Bears, Trey Lance. And if you're a Bears fan, go check out our channel, youtube.com/BearsNow.
There's a clear-cut big 3 at the quarterback spot. We broke down some quarterback prospect rankings earlier this week. You can check it out also on the channel. It's in the description, the comments too. If Lance is there at 14, even if he does not play this year, which I don't think he's going to, you're run to the podium because that might actually be your franchise quarterback long-term.
The first running back taken, Travis Etienne, going to the Miami Dolphins.
You know, again, you're loading up on playmakers for Tua. I know that quarterback, or the running back spot isn't the most investment-worthy position. I love Etienne. The dude can fly. I think he's worthy of a round 1 pick in as much as there is a round 1 pick in the NFL at the back spot. All right, the Browns go Boogie Basham. That's Carlos Boogie Basham. First off, going forward, just so we all know, I will only refer to him as Boogie Basham. It will never just be Basham or Carlos Basham. It will only be Boogie Basham.
How'd you pick that one?
Because that's his nickname, and it flows right off the tongue, baby. I think he's a base end in the NFL. I like this pick a lot. He's a perfect pairing with Myles Garrett long-term as your Olivier Vernon replacement. I like Boogie Basham quite a bit.
Boogie Basham, you can cover up your boogies on your nose here wearing this
Clever.
face covering.
You actually pulled that one off.
Chatsports.com/staysafe. Bottom line is, if you are planning to go to an NFL game, if college football does end up happening, you will have to wear a mask. Why not rep your favorite NFL team? You can get your favorite team's mask as 1, a 3-pack, a 2-pack, a 4-pack, and now newly available, you can also get the neck coverings as well. It will be available in the comments and in the description. Just click that link, get your favorite team's mask. Those are the masks that I have, the 3-packs.
The 3-packs, it's a good value right there. So, again, that's in the comments. It's in the description. That link is, I should say, chatsports.com/staysafe.
At pick number 17, Chris Olave, wide receiver.
Hey, get some more impact receivers. Olave is a beautiful technician as a route runner, some great speed. Sad I can't see him play with more targets going his way. I would not be surprised, though, if he was a round 1 pick.
We're going through Todd McShay's new 2021 mock draft here on August 12th. Pick number 18 is Michigan wide receiver Nico Collins to the Green Bay Packers.
Look, the Packers getting a receiver, it makes perfect sense. They should have done that last year. I was very surprised to see Nico Collins go in round 1. A couple reasons why. We saw DPJ, who I thought was close-ish to how Collins was viewed entering this past year and exiting it.
Yep.
He went late on day 3. Now, Collins has shown some impressive flashes. And when he's gotten some more consistent quarterback play, exactly, there's some high upside. The production, big play guy, right? There's no, at least for now, and I don't think it's going to change, there's no Michigan football season this year. So, yes, Collins has what you're looking for in the size, the athletic ability, the big play threat, but he's never put it all together. So this is now a guy that you're banking on potential, and you didn't see the breakout year you wanted to see. Yep. So I think that will kind of keep his floor in the draft a little bit higher, but I do think it's going to limit him as a chance to really go in round 1. This is the type of player NFL teams, especially with no season, can easily talk themselves into. They can go, oh man, but just the receivers are going to be like, I got this, just give him to me, I'm going to make him so good. Those guys don't always pan out. It's also, and I'll spoil this here, it is wild to me that McShay didn't put Rondale Moore in round 1, but put Nico Collins and other guys in there. I would not do that. I don't think it makes any sense.
So will a Michigan player go in round 1 of the 2021 NFL Draft? Give us a 1 for yes or a 0 for no.
Yeah, a couple notes here just briefly. Even if it's not Collins, I think there's a good chance. Jalen Mayfield has some hype, but he might now go back to school.
Okay.
Kwity Paye has some really impressive athletic traits. If he tests at the combine like people claim that he is going to, why not? But he'll be close to it. He might go round 1. Aiden Hutchinson, I think, could also make some sense there. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was a Michigan player in round 1. I just don't think it'll actually end up being Nico Collins with no season in 2020.
At pick number 19 here for the Tennessee Titans, Tyler Shelvin.
Big boy run stopper on the interior. I am a huge fan of Jeffrey Simmons. Now you slot in Tyler Shelvin. If he can show better pass rush ability, he's going to go in round 1. As of right now, we don't have that, though.
The clear-cut top tight end in this year's draft, going to the Colts, Pat Freiermuth.
Well, he's awesome. They call him Baby Gronk. I'm not sure that he's truly worthy of that because that's an unrealistic expectation. He's an awesome player, though. I don't necessarily love his fit with the Colts, but I'm not going to argue a team taking tight end 1 at 20. That's fine with me.
Javon Holland, you're next up here out of Oregon, going to the Minnesota Vikings at pick 21.
Yeah, the safety, look, Anthony Harris is a free agent. You slot him in at free safety. I mean, he played a lot of nickel at Oregon, but I think it's a good fit. All right, the Steelers at 22. Trey Smith, the offensive lineman, had a heart condition. Fills a big-time need. It's the right value. I like that pick. Then they got McShay has Kyle Pitts going 23 to the Buffalo Bills. I have some hope for Dawson Knox. Kyle Pitts is not really a tight end, Mitch. He's a tight end in the same way that Evan Ingram, Jimmy Graham were tight ends.
Okay.
They're not. They're big slot receivers. But those guys got value because they're a matchup nightmare. And then Sage Surratt goes number 24 to the Jets. Again, wild to me, this isn't Rondell Moore. Surratt made Jamie Newman look a lot better than I think he is. I do have speed concerns, though, with him. This might be someone that you see his draft stock take a bit of a hit if he runs, below a 4.5. I think he can run that, and if he does run a 4.5, he might go in round 1. He's a blast to watch, but speed is a big concern for me.
So who is your favorite NFL draft prospect this upcoming season? This is going to be the pinned comment, I believe, on today's video. So go ahead, scroll on down. Let us know your favorite NFL draft prospect. Let's go to Jay. Oh, boy.
Tufele, the defensive tackle out of USC. You pair him with Vita Vea. That's a fun 1-2 punch. I think there's a good chance he goes in round 1. Dylan Moses, if there's no football, I feel horrible for him.
Yeah.
Just because Moses could have been a round 1 pick last year, but he got hurt. He comes back to Alabama. There is a chance he's staring down no football for 2 straight years. That'd be brutal, but talent-wise, easy first-round pick.
One of your favorite players going to the Philadelphia Eagles, Caleb Farley out of Virginia Tech.
Yeah, big fan of his. I think he's got the size, the speed, the length, the coverage skills, pretty much everything that you're searching for. If he's there at 27, Eagles should be all over it, and rightly so.
At 28, Cowboys going with Patrick Jones. Smart for McShay to have Eagles Cowboys back to back.
I don't think Patrick Jones is the best defensive lineman on that Pitt roster. I think the defensive tackle is better. I know there's people that like Patrick Jones. I'm not sold on him as a round 1 guy quite yet. Maybe that changes. A day 2 guy absolutely does fill a need. I think it's a little bit early.
So Eagles, Cowboys back-to-back in McShay's mock draft. McShay's got the Cowboys winning the NFC East, but who do you have winning the NFC East? If you think it's going to be the Dallas Cowboys, type DAL. If you think it's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles, type PHI. Next pick here for the San Francisco 49ers, Israel Mukuamu.
He fits what the Niners like. Long, athletic, he's lanky, long-term corner, makes so much sense. Also love the Wyatt Davis pick here from Ohio State to the Baltimore Ravens. They need another interior lineman. Marshall Yonda's gone. They're a little bit thin there anyway. I think the best interior offensive lineman over Trey Smith. Huge need filled at 30.
Big fan of Rambo, the movies, and also Charleston going to the Saints.
Look, I'm not even sold that Charleston Rambo is the best receiver in the state of Oklahoma. I think it might be Tylan Wallace, even coming off the injury. I like Rambo, but he's not the same guy as CeeDee Lamb. He's not the same guy as Marquise Brown. I was honestly surprised McShay put him in round 1. I can't justify personally taking Charleston Rambo over Rondell Moore, even with the medical issues.
Rounding out Todd McShay's 2021 mock draft, Paulson Adebo, cornerback from Stanford.
He needed a season. because he had a lot of hype around him entering last year, and then he got worked against UCF and didn't play well. He needed a year. I think this hurts him negatively. The last film we saw was not round 1 caliber. This is a pick of he would have been better this year and boosted his stock up. He didn't get that now. So I don't like the Paulson Adebo pick here. I would have even not for KC. Where's Jalen Twyman? The defensive tackle out of Pitt. He's better than Patrick Jones. So I didn't like that pick very much for the Chiefs.